And then I'm also going to ask you about the 64 games as well.
Yeah. Everybody in the club get thrifty. What is up, YouTube? Dabamaniacs here, elbow dropping episode number 31 of Thrifting Throwdown, the show all about adding video games to my collection on the cheap. I'm out here hitting the road, hitting up flea markets, thrift shops, you name it, trying to find the best deals on video games and add them to my collection on the cheap.
I'm not made of money. Leave me alone.
And for those of you who have joined my tag team by hitting subscribe, you know I have been having so much luck out here thrifting that my collection is exploding. My shelves are filling up. I'm running out of room. It is a whole thing. So let's take a look at the collection today and see where it stands after the first 30 episodes of Thrifting Throwdown. As you can see, added a bunch of games last time, picked up some real cool titles, so if you haven't seen that episode, be sure to check it out. And I've got a feeling the collection is only going to be growing today because I've got a fun day planned. I'm hitting up some of my favorite thrift stores that I went to. Actually, I went to them last on my 1000th game episode, so be sure to check that out if you haven't. But it's been a little while since I've been to these stores, so I'm excited to see what they have in stock. So, before we hit the road, I want to quickly remind you that you can follow me on social media at ldabstroyero on pretty much all the different social media sites, so be sure to give me a follow there. And additionally, if you enjoy thrifting, if you enjoy gaming, if you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button. It lets me know that you enjoyed the videos, and more importantly, it lets others know that it's a video worth watching. And even more importantly, if you haven't already, join my tag team. Become one of the little Dabamaniacs by hitting that subscribe button. You'll be able to follow along with every single episode of Thrifting Throwdown, and you're going to be there for every single major video game score, every single thrift stop, you name it, you're going to be there for every single one. And while you're here for that, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you saw in this video that caught your eye, or if you've been seeing anything out on your own thrifting journeys. I love chatting with you guys, we always have a good time, so leave a comment down below. And lastly, I just want to remind you at the end of the video, I do show you my best thrift of the day, so be sure to stay tuned for that because you're going to get to see whatever the most profitable pickup of the day was. So don't miss it. I think that just about wraps up the intro though. I'm excited to get out there even though it's a chilly winter day. I'm ready for some thrifting. What about you? So let's hit the road. Oh yeah.
Technically a game, I think.
This is your little buddy's new home. All of the comforts of Crunchium City, including plenty of Crunchium inside lots of Captain Crunch cereal.
Little controller here. Oh, GameStop controller. That's interesting. There's no price on it. Huh. Looks like we got Mr. Incredible here. $3 for his Disney Infinity toy. This is why you have to open the cases. Wrong game. cool. $30 though. And right next to it, sort of a game.
Oh, you think this is funny, huh?
Oh, we got a few here. Oh, and some loose discs back there. The unmarked ones are $3 each, right?
I believe so.
Alright, just left Liberty Thrift. That's the second time I've ever been to this one. Oh my god, as you can see, it's windy as heck out. We just had a snow squall a little bit earlier. It's been kind of a mess. But I did pick up 2 games, spent about $6 on these. Just sports titles, nothing special, but I didn't want to leave empty-handed since I drove all the way out here. So, sun's coming out again. Let's see if we can get on the road and have a little bit more luck today. Let's go! Alright, odds are low, but maybe there's something mixed in over here. Albums? Oh, PC game. Math program. Heavy. Bunch of, what is this, Jesus stuff? Gospel, yep. Oh, that's an interesting little wall shelf. I wonder what that's going for. This one looks a little bit more promising. It's gonna be any box. I'm betting it's this one. I'm seeing kid stuff. What we got here? CDs. That's a big old note. I got another tote here, and I'm seeing some games straight away. Unfortunately, they're PC games, which obviously I don't pick up. But hey, one of you guys can come get these if you're so inclined. You got all your Maddens, NHL, you got everything. Got everything except for anything for me.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
Look at all the Wii Fit down there. My old friend Wii Fit. Got a bunch of PC games here. Christian rock band, wow.
Introducing Jam Band.
Now you and your friends can create your very own Christian rock band. Jam Band supports up to 4 singers and 2 musicians, including guitar, bass, or drums. Don't have a USB gaming controller? No worries.
Okay. Slot games. Puzzle games. If you love PC shovelware, this is the tote for you. Look, they have even more. That's kind of cool. They've also got this Dance Revolution House Party 3 sitting here. It looks like it's just the dance pad though. We opened it up and the game was not inside, but still interesting. And then of course, some Skylander stuff and then some retro joysticks which don't have a lot of value. But yeah, a few other things in the case here. All right, Second Liberty Thrift had a much nicer selection. Got about 8 games there. I think I spent around 24 bucks, something like that. I have the receipt in the bag, so I'll confirm that later, but mostly sports titles. A few of them, though, I think are less common sports titles, like the original Top Spin. I've got Lynx 2004, Amped 2, so I'm hoping there's a little bit of value here, but even so, if they're not valuable, they're at least new to the collection, so I'm cool with that. It's windy as heck. Let's get the heck out of here and see what else we can find. Hello there. Got some old Austin Power stuff. I think that opens. Oh, there we go. Some of these are marked for $2, so I might grab them. Dude, look at these cool old robot toys. 25 bucks. Got a Connect here. 15 bucks. Third-party Nerf stuff. Look, a U-Draw pad. Been looking for one of these. Probably gonna wait though. Not gonna spend 10 bucks. We Fit. Old Atari. Call of Duty bag. Random PlayStation sitting here. PlayStation 3s, yeah. I actually don't have a PlayStation 3 yet. This is on my list to get. I have to find the prices though, but probably not gonna buy that at a store. There's that thing. Oh yeah, and look behind me here. We've got some retro stuff. Some 64 games for $5. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to double check some of these. A whole bunch of GameCube controllers in there. Wii, 64. They're always so hard to get out of the case. And then I'm also going to ask you about the 64 games as well.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, that one is 10. That one's 12. Scooby-Doo's 20. That one's 5. That one's 9.
Gotcha.
And 10 for this one.
Thank you. And the Sega's there.
Check everything.
That's gotta be checked.
So this one says $4.99. It looks like. And you said this one was what?
That one's gotta be checked out.
Oh, okay.
And this one is $7.99.
$7.99, and then just these two here. And I think that's everything in the case I wanted to check.
$6.99 and $4.99.
All right, just pulled out a bunch of games I'm gonna get. Just want to go through these loose ones real quick, see if there's anything interesting. Borg! Diablo, Heavy Gear. It's coming apart.
You know, I think they were all out there.
This caught my eye, this Power Rangers Dino Thunder, but I think it's like, it only goes for a few bucks, so I'll probably just wait till I see it in the case somewhere.
Do you have any ones in here? I do. Do you?
Yes.
I owe you 6.
Yep. Alright, just left that thrift store. They did have a bunch of games. Unfortunately, a lot of them were individually priced because they were looking up their prices and checking them, but I did find a bunch that were marked pretty cheap, $3 or less, so I did manage to score some at a pretty good price. So, that said, I think we've done enough thrifting for today. Let's hit the road and head home. Made it back to the game room successfully here at home base, and I have got a Godzilla-sized haul to go through today, so I am not going to waste any time. Let's dive straight into the games we picked up today. Up first, we've got 2 sports titles from that Liberty Thrift. Nothing super special because obviously sports titles are not that great when you're out looking for video games, but I didn't have them in my collection. The price was right, so I pulled the trigger on these. Up next, we've got games from that thrift store we went to at the very end of the day. We've got Def Jam Rap Star, and we've got Flow Urban Dance Uprising. Obviously, these are music games, so this is going to be like a rhythm game, sort of like almost like a rock band style game where you're hitting the icons at the right timing. And then this one is a singing game, sort of like SingStar. So obviously these are not the most desirable games in terms of genre, but I didn't have them in my collection and I don't really see them out thrifting. I think this is the first time I've seen either one of these, and I think this one in particular might be a little bit more rare. So I'm happy to pick these up for what I got them for. I think I picked them up for $2, so really can't beat that price. Happy to have them in the collection. 3 more cheap games that I managed to score at that thrift store. I got this Get Fit with Mel B, which is obviously a fitness game. And Mel B, if you remember, was one of the Spice Girls. So literally this is like Get Fit with the Spice Girls, basically.
blah, 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 girl power, feminism, do you know what I mean?
Obviously, I'm not gonna be getting super hyped over adding this to my collection. Fitness games are a dime a dozen, especially out thrifting, but I didn't have it, so I'm happy to fill out my PlayStation 3 collection a little bit more, especially when I picked up better titles. Like I picked up Burstrick Wakeboarding, which is probably my first wakeboarding game that I've ever owned. And frankly, how many wakeboarding games can there even be out there? I don't think there are that many wakeboarding games, and we're getting some extreme wakeboarding. So I'm pretty pleased with this, especially because I love picking up these PS1 games. They may be one of my favorite consoles to pick up out on the thrifting trail. And again, I got this for I think $2 or less. Like, wow, for a PlayStation 1 game, I will take that every day of the week. Let's get gnarly, bro. And then I also picked up Thunder Strike Operation Phoenix, which is a helicopter shooting game, which who can go wrong with shooting and helicopters? Sounds like fun. And there you go, fun, fast, furious. Hey, wait a minute, Fast and the Furious. Your objective is clear. Exterminate the terrorists at all costs. It doesn't matter how much the taxpayers spend. We gotta get them. But yeah, this looks like it could be fun to play. Obviously not great value on this one. I think it's pretty common, but look how clean the case is on this. There's like no blemishes. It looks great. I love picking up these really great condition games out on the road for super cheap. I will do that all day. All right, this pile's about to get even larger because we're getting into the second set of pickups from that other Liberty thrift. First, we've got Wii Music. Cool color patterning on the box here. I love the way that looks. So this is pretty interesting. Obviously, it's a music making game. You know, those can be fun if that's your thing. Obviously, I like a little bit of music making because if you haven't noticed, all of the interstitial music in the video is stuff that I've made. So it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll check this game out at some point, even though it doesn't really have great value. And then, of course, we've got Medal of Honor Frontline. The Medal of Honor games are ubiquitous. They're all over the place, so you can pick these up pretty cheap usually. I just didn't have this one in my collection, either in the Platinum Hits or the original edition, so happy to pick that one up for a few bucks. All right, rolling right along, we've got 2 more Xbox games. Unfortunately, they're sports titles, so like you're not gonna get too hyped about these, but these are original Xbox games in really good condition. We've got Lynx 2004, and we've got Amped 2, snowboarding game. Popular series. Amped got a lot of play back in the day. This is a very fun game. Lynx I haven't personally played, but I'm actually surprised by how nice the graphics look on this. Like, this is pretty decent considering this is like a 20-year-old game at this point. So these are pretty nice additions to the collection, great condition, and they're going right here on the shelf with the rest of my Xbox games. So very pleased about these. 2 more PlayStation pickups, unfortunately both sports titles. We've got NBA Shootout 2004. There's Tracy McGrady. I remember him from back in the day. Fun little game. I remember playing this when it came out, but obviously the NBA Shootout series died out pretty quickly, so you don't really see these around too often. And then we've got Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. Think you can ride like me. You can be just like Sean Palmer, learn all about the grinds, the 50-50s, the gnarly upchucks, whatever other sports phrases you want to throw out for extreme snowboarding. You can do it all with this game. So nice little pickups for the collection here for cheap. And our last 2 pickups, also sports titles, but I'm pretty pleased with these because how often do you see rugby games? Like, this is such an old game, it doesn't have a year on it. Like, this is rugby. Not rugby 2000, not rugby 2001, just rugby.
I'm gonna go home and tell the whole rugby club about it.
So that's pretty fun to have a rugby game in the collection because I've never owned a rugby game before. And you can get in the scrum. You can get in the scrum. Yeah, so if you like beefy men piling on each other, this is the game for you. And then Top Spin, obviously this was like a major tennis franchise back in the day on the PlayStation 2. I just picked up another Top Spin game recently, so I've been adding a few of these to my collection. So yeah, 2 more games going into the pile. So there it is, there's our haul for today. As you can see, we picked up a whole bunch of different games across a bunch of different systems. We've got Xbox, Wii, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. We've hit almost every single PlayStation in this haul. This is a great little pickup for the collection. And speaking of the collection, I know you're dying to see where it stands as of today, so let's take a look at the current updated number of games in my collection. Growing so rapidly, I love picking up these games and I love picking them up super cheap. As you know, the whole point of Thrifting Throwdown is to get these games cheaply. And if you love picking up cheap games as much as I do, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can join my tag team, be out there on the road for every single episode of Thrifting Throwdown, finding all the thrifty games with me. It's a lot of fun having you along for the ride because thrifting is way more fun with friends. So like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And since you made it this far, I'm going to assume you enjoyed the video, so be sure to hit that like button as well. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video, and more importantly, lets other people know that it's a video worth watching as well. So be sure to hit that like button. And I always like to remind you that you can comment down below. Let me know if you've seen anything out on the thrifting trail, if you've had any interesting finds of your own, if you saw anything interesting in this video, or if you just want to talk about gaming in general. Drop a comment down below. Also, a quick reminder, you can follow me on social media at ldabstroyero on pretty much all the different social media sites, so be sure to check me out and follow me on your preferred social media site. But I think that is just about enough. I want to remind you, the best thrift of the day is coming up any moment, so stay tuned for that. But I think it's time to call it a day here. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode and every episode of Thrifting Throwdown. This is LDabstroyero signing out. Oh yeah.